Hello! No. Hello everybody! Today we're going to be taking a look at this little lamp! Yes! No!
Hello and welcome dear skilled modelers to my small hobby YouTube channel. My name is Tomo and today we're going to be looking at another French car. This time, the French Citroën 2CV from TAMIYA. Get that light out of my way!
But it lights up!
Let's put it up in its place. As you can see, I'm a little bit late with this model because this model was released this year, early this year in February, and I'm just reviewing it at the end of the year, almost. Now many other manufacturers make this car, like Revell and Hiller, but TAMIYA has its own little spin to it. This car is part of the historical car series from TAMIYA, and they give you some options how to display it. All the relevant information is going to be shown on this side, so you can watch. But first, we got... Put it away. Put it away. Sorry about that. The car has 5 screws and around 103 parts, which is not that heavy for a car, nor for the TAMIYA kit. Building wise, I don't think it's very difficult to put together, so I would recommend this one even to the novice. So before we dive into the box, Before we dive into the box, let us take a look at the history of the car, and then we'll take a look inside. The Citroën 2CV is regarded as a phenomenal achievement in automotive industrial history.
Yes, like this light is achievement of the modern industrial history. Shut up! Ow!
Man, just stay there.
Sorry.
It all began with a TPV, Très Petite Voiture, very small car, studied by the French Citroën company in 1936.
This light is much younger.
Anyway, the vehicle would be priced with everyone's reach and could be capable of carrying 4 people plus their luggage. Following the interruption by World War II, the 2CV that evolved from this study was unveiled during the 1948 Paris show.
You can buy the light in the shop.
What is wrong with you, man?
Just saying.
I'm trying to record. It was a very tiny vehicle.
Like your penis. Ow! It was just a joke.
It was a very tiny vehicle full of unique and ingenious revelations. All the body panels were easily removable for maintenance and/or replacement. The folding hood allowed transporting outsized things. Sure, now you're quiet.
What?
The original suspension system with inertia rods ensured a comfortable ride and excellent road holding.
Yes, but the light has a flexible neck with a switch.
Well, yippee-ki-yay! Yay! The very accessible 365cc air-cooled flat twin engine required only limited maintenance, no water, a little oil, and 2 spark plugs from time to time. Low-priced and cheap to maintain, the 2CV quickly became popular in those vsrte times. Later on, the 2CV attracted more and more people in France and the rest of the world with its rustic, non-conformistic look. Since 1948, more than 30 progressively improved variations were released without a major alteration of its original body shape.
This light is also a timeless piece from a bygone era. What? Shut up!
The 1976 model is one of the latest evolutions using 425cc engine capable of 26 horsepower at 7,000 RPM and a top speed of 110 km per hour. Production ended for the Petite 2CV in 1988 after 3,662,903 units rolled out of the factory.
This is also a mass production item.
Dope!
Look, it can be useful.
No, it can't. Just turn off the damn light.
Oh.
So as you can see from the box art, it's pretty cool looking. This beautiful graphics on the front are just amazing, and then of course you have a blue version shown here, and this side, and then the silver version, and on the back there is nothing. Okay, let's open it up. Shut up. Okay, so the first thing in the box, of course, is the main body. And this one does not disappoint. The plastic itself is a little bit flimsy. Well, not that thick as the Fujimi one, what was it, the Mini. This one is kind of flimsy, not that solid. There is some detail on it. Of course, you have the remove me part here and here. One of which is, of course, on the back. You can see it from this slide.
You said light!
Shut up! Oh. Anyway, you see the texture of the top portion of the roof. I think this is called a tarp, yeah? And it's pretty nicely textured. On the front, where the engine is, you have this little texture thing that is on the metal, sheet metal. And on top you have the visors, which are lifted up for your convenience. And they have a little mirror if you choose to open the roof up on this car. Other than that, nice clean molds, no flashing, no injection pin marks on the outside, and on the inside, of course, it's absolutely gorgeous as well. You will have a very good time with this model indeed. The first white sprue is a little bit disappointing actually. It kind of reminds me of Heller one, but it is a superior plastic. You can straight away feel the difference. As you can see on this little kit, there's a little bit of flashing, but still not a whole lot. It's pretty good. The ejection pin molds are on the bottom surfaces where they can be hidden from view, and all the important bits are white. So like I said, you have the covered portion where you can display the roof with the covered, or you can have the roof folded down when you have this little thing here. The inner arches, or the wheel wells, I think they're called, the front grille, and then of course you have the Citroën, famous Citroën wheels on this little sprue. This is the black sprue, which contains the bottom portion and inside surfaces of the car. So this is the chassis, well, part of the chassis, and of course the bigger piece. I think this thing goes on top of this, and of course then you have the inserts for the doors on the inside, the wheel, the foot pedals, and all sorts of good stuff in the battery, dashboard, groovy stuff. The detail on this thing is pretty, it's okay. I'm not gonna say it's pretty good. It's okay. It's not like, wow, it's great. But it's not the same Tamiya care that you see on other molds. So two more sprues. This one contains the engine and some of the bottom portion of the car. Don't ask me how all the things are named because I really don't know. But anyway, they're here. The engine part is here. And again, this is not a particularly greatly molded piece because you can see some of the seam lines and some of the imperfections when they were molding this kit, which is kind of surprising. Maybe it's the same like on this little thingy. You can see a seam line going all across, which is kind of it's kind of strange. I didn't really think that Tamiya would go so low, but you know. But then again, you can assemble the radiator with the fan, you know, separate, which is another cool thing if you like to build an engine. But this engine is pretty simple. And again, look at this. On top, this is some sort of reservoir or something. It has a huge seam line on top. Oh, my finger's in the way. Sorry. It has a huge seam line on the top, which, you know, it's not a big deal. You're not going to die over sanding it, but it's just strange to see it on a Tamiya kit. Like per usual with cars, you get a chrome bit part, and this one contains the windscreen wipers, the headlights, some of the door handles, and the back mirror and the side mirrors. As far as chrome plating goes on this kit, it looks fairly thin, but again, the position of the pieces where the chrome bits are attached to the sprues is a little bit awkward. Like, I mean, on these side mirrors, for example, look at where you have to cut. it from the sprue. And on this side, you will be left with a little bit of visible plastic. On the wipers, it's not that big of a deal because the wipers usually, you know, you hide them on the bottom and nobody goes like, oh, okay, let me look under the wipers. But this is a little bit of a no-no, especially on the headlights as well, because they're attached to this part, which is a little bit annoying. So I would recommend, like usual, to strip it down and just paint it your own silver or chrome color. With the kit, of course, you get the 4 tires along with polycaps and some screws. Why are the screws used? I have no idea because I haven't looked at the manual yet, but they're there, so just be aware. The tires are phenomenal. The thread on them is perfect, although you don't see which manufacturer makes these tires, so I guess they're like generic tires, but you know, good stuff anyway. And the pièce de résistance, of course, it is the decal sheet, which is, on this kit, pretty small, but, you know, it's a Citroën. What do you expect? Oddly enough, you get some sort of Chinese license plates, which is, my God, it's from France, you know, just put some European license plates on it. Tamiya, you should have the speedometer here in the middle. I hope you can see it. It's pretty great if it just focuses a little bit. Come on, focus. Yeah, that's right. That's the butter. That's the butter. See, the speedometer, it's really nicely detailed. So yeah, these are the decals. So the last sprue is the clear part sprue. And like always, I do not take it out from its plastic sheet because of reasons. And you know, the reason is that I don't want to scratch it. This sprue has clear parts, of course, but these clear parts, the windows, have an edge. They have a raised detail. And that makes it easy for you to paint this little edge in black or silver or whatever color you want, but I think it's supposed to be black. And also, you have the option to display the model with the window open, the side window. See, this is the part that goes here, or this is the full window. And on the other side, you can display the window open, which is, again, a very cool thing to do. You also have all the front lights, the back lights, the mirrors, not the mirrors, but these side indicators. And yeah, it's just a groovy little piece of plastic. So, on to the manual. And so with this, we come to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video that I made. It was a little bit freaky and different. I really enjoyed making it. So thank you so much for watching if you have been. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I'll see you again soon next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. I hope you liked it a lot.